Essex Business Radio. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. It's Elliot here in the Essex Business Radio studio with Nicole O'Callaghan. I nearly missed the O off then. That would have been rude, wouldn't it?
It would. It's okay. I answer to anything.
What are you classing yourself as? Well, we spoke about this a second ago. What are you, Nicole?
What am I? I'm many things. I've got so many faces and names.
Really? You probably have in the past. Yeah. Well, let's stick to some clean names for now, shall we?
For tonight, no. I'm a mental health pioneer.
Mental health. That's a big title.
It's a big title, yeah. It's sometimes it may seem a bit scary.
Yeah.
Scary title.
No, I don't think so.
No. Okay.
I think it's a big title for you.
Yeah.
You've got to fill that big title, haven't you?
Fill those boots, yeah.
And you are currently filling that title, and I've known you for. Well, we've known you for a year and a half, maybe,
yes.
yeah. And things have changed over that time, which we'll talk about shortly. But becoming a mental health pioneer, you are doing a course currently, which I think is an incredible thing to do. Mental health awareness in the workplace is a big thing, and and we're going to come back to something we're doing together on that, which we'll talk about shortly. What are you doing? What's the course you're doing right now? Let's talk about that. We can get it out of the fucking way. And we'll get back to we can get on to you.
No, the course. Yeah, well, the course is. I've been there today, and I came in. And I was quite drained. It's quite heavy, but
it looks like we've livened you up a bit now.
You have that water has done me a treat.
It's amazing. It's special water.
Special water.
That sounds wrong.
It does.
I don't think it does actually, but anyway, moving on.
So the course that I'm doing at the moment is the Mental Health First Aid Trainers course.
Yes.
So back in October, I trained to be a mental health first aider within my workplace, which means it's really similar to being an actual first aider, first responder, but it's within the mental health arena.
Yeah.
And then from that, I then decided that I would like to become a trainer to train people within their own companies how to be mental health first aiders. Yeah. Because when they're approached with these situations, that they can handle them. Yeah. So that is what I'm currently doing. It's a 5-week course. It's about a month and a half. Yeah. And I'm doing 3 days this week. A break next week, so it is really heavy, and there's lots of prep we need to do. And I'll continue that right the way through to the end of February, and then hopefully I'll be trained to be able to deliver. I will be trained.
That's it. We don't have hopefullys here, do we? No hopefullys in the Essex Business Radio studio. It's going to happen.
It's happening.
Well, you're doing it, and I know what you're like. You're tenacious. You're going to do it, and you're going to come out with the right side, and you're going to be helping people.
Absolutely.
And there's a stories as to why you want to do that. But that's not just you. You're also you are what's your position in the family business?
A business development director for a national facilities management company, which was set up by my father 15 years ago now.
Okay. Yeah.
So
it's a well-established
business, and it turns over a healthy amount, and we work for some really great clients. We're really lucky. Got some great clients like Centre Parks, DW Fitness. Yeah. So we kind of started off in the leisure industry. Yeah. And then that slowly transitioned over to kind of retail as well. So we work for Game with our various different products and services. So I basically go out. I'm the face of the business.
Yeah. Yeah, you are.
That's me.
And you do a particularly good job at doing that.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're getting off that subject. Let's go back. Let's go rewind. Let's rewind to a university.
Yes.
Okay, that's where we're going to start the journey, isn't it?
Yeah, we'll start the journey there.
Yeah,
I think that's quite a good place to start. Yeah. I think so.
And at university, you did marketing, and so you already had a sort of a business flair, did you? Is that something you get from your father? Is it maybe?
Well, my dad worked for Royal Bank of Scotland. Okay. When I was younger, and he retired at a really young age.
Right.
Retired
being bankers in those days, you bloody got paid enough to retire, didn't you?
He burnt out, but he retired at 42.
Wow. Shit.
Yeah.
I should have been done by now.
Well, I've got a few more years left yet.
You have. Yeah. I'm over that.
Well, so he retired really young, and the reason why I went into business and marketing actually was by default. Yeah. Because I'd actually gone, I'd done my work experience. Yeah. With I chose to do it with Ford Motor Company in Brentwood. Yeah. In the marketing department, and I also chose to do it with a criminal lawyer because I wasn't sure whether I wanted to be a lawyer or work in marketing. Okay. Now the lawyer actually. He showed me some really horrific images of a man that had been stabbed in the bottom.
What?
And died.
Okay, strange.
And he was defending the person that had done this.
Right. He was defending the person that had actually done it, right?
And that was it. That was my you know, my experience with law was over. I was like, I cannot do this job. And I was so naive.
That's weird, isn't it? I mean, you're defending people that, in essence, I suppose, you don't do that by accident, really, do you?
Well, I think the whole point of it was really that it.
Well, I mean, you could have done. I mean, I'm no judge and jury.
Oh, Judge Rinder over there.
Yeah, I reckon I could have a role doing being a judge. Yeah,
there we go. You move from radio to Judge Rinder TV.
That's it. Judge Browne doesn't sound right, does it?
No, it does. I think it's great.
Does it?
Yeah. Go for it.
Okay, let's look at that another time.
But basically, it was a frame of reference that really framed the kind of career that I went into.
Right.
Because what I didn't realise at the age of 15, doing work experience, was that, you know, there was so many different types of law.
Yeah.
Which I think is where the careers advisor really fell down at school.
Yeah.
However, I then went on to do the second week at Ford Motor Company, where they launched the Ford Focus.
Right.
And that was amazing for me. I was like, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
This is glamorous. This is cool.
Yeah.
And so that's why I went in to do marketing at university.
Yeah.
And loved it. Did 4 years there, and passed, came out of a 2-1.
Yeah,
so really
which I don't know what that means. What's
that's
a 2-1?
A very good grade.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh,
considering
congratulations!
I lost,
Give her a little round of applause.
Yeah. For me.
Fucking producer Joel just completely ignored that situation there. No clapping.
Sorry, I was monitoring.
You're monitoring. He's monitoring over there.
Such an important job.
Hi, producer Joel. How you doing this evening?
You good?
Yeah, we was
good.
expecting applause then.
Yeah.
Sound effects.
Still not fucking clapped, is he?
No.
Fuck
There'll be more. There'll definitely be more opportunities for you to clap.
There's more claps coming. That also sounds wrong. But that's not all that happened around that stage.
No,
because you are very glamorous, and anybody that's listening to this on the podcast, you need to get over and check out Nicole on YouTube, because this will be going on there as well. It may be live already. If not, then look out for it. Essex Business Radio on YouTube, because Nicole is very glamorous.
Oh, thank you.
And you are naturally glamorous, which is why you went for Miss.
Well, it was Miss Hertfordshire.
Hertfordshire.
So I went to University of Hertfordshire.
So you're not originally an Essex girl, or you just went over to university there?
I'm originally an Essex girl, born and bred, and I then went to.
Where from exactly?
I'm from Upminster. Originally.
Oh yeah, so you're there now, and you're from Upminster.
Then I went to Brentwood School, and so I was an Essex girl.
Yeah.
And then I went to University of Hertfordshire purely because it was kind of far enough.
Hi, Brentwood School, by the way.
Oh, hello, Brentwood School. We love you.
I love that. But anyway, sorry.
So I went further enough away to kind of be away from home, but close enough to come back. So I was a bit of a mummy's girl.
That's not far enough.
My mum.
Really?
Well, for me it was. I
went to Spain. I fucked them all off.
But I was really attached to my mum, always was.
Right.
So yeah, that was quite a difficult transition going to uni doing that. But yeah, so I went to Hertfordshire, and in my final year I was nominated as a candidate for Miss Hertfordshire, won that title.
I'm not surprised, obviously.
Oh, well, it was a great experience. I got to do some really good charity work and all the things that
the misses do.
Yeah. And then I went on to the Miss England final.
Yeah.
Which was a massive eye opener.
Yeah. Oh, we didn't do a round of applause there, by the way.
No, another one, please.
Is it?
Well
there
done,
we
thanks.
go. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I'm clapping myself. That's so sad, isn't it?
Well, you did, and you went straight in for the clap as well,
didn't
you?
I'm going to do it even louder next time. And whoop, whoop, whoop.
Really? I love it. Okay, yes. So Miss England finalist as well.
Yes, and that was a real eye opener.
Yeah, come on.
Well, it's kind of like, you know, have you ever seen Miss?
It's glamorous, isn't it? You know, they're all beautiful.
Yeah,
it's all about the beauty.
Congeniality.
I don't. I've heard
Sandra
of it.
Bullock.
I've heard
Anyway,
of it. Yeah, I don't
film.
like Sandra Bullock.
But
To be honest.
basically,
Hi, Sandra.
But if you're listening, Sandra,
if you're
please follow
listening,
us.
I like that straight in there. Yeah.
But basically, it was Miss England. I was again very naive. I've been really naive actually most of my life.
Really?
Really matured.
Yeah, whatever. That old chestnut.
But it was meant to be about grace, beauty, and intelligence.
Yeah.
That was what the categories.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what you think. That's what you think it is. Yeah.
When I got there, it was not about that at all.
Right.
And it was actually really cutthroat. So I kind of had my evening gown hung up in the changing rooms.
Yeah.
And people were like, don't leave your evening gown in the changing
Really?
rooms. And I was like, why? Again, really naive.
Were they like proper bit?
I need a little halo sound when I say I'm really naive, like a ding.
Yeah. Fucking hell, nearly. Yeah.
But yeah, so, and I was like, oh gosh, yeah, they'll sabotage your dress. So I was like, okay.
Are you serious?
Seriously, that was what it was about. And then obviously...
And they've got these beautiful girls walking about, like drifting around.
They came out like glamorous Barbie
really?
dolls, but
and they're like
behind
just
the
bulldogs.
scenes, they were like...
really?
And, yeah, a really funny story. It was the bikini round.
Yeah.
And someone had made
my favourite round.
These bikinis for the girls.
Yeah.
And I was sitting next to a celebrity. She is now. I'm not going to name her.
Yeah, of course.
And we were next to each other on the lineup. And this is how naive I was. We were sitting there. She's going, these bikinis, they've got the beef curtains hanging out. and I just sort of went, beef curtains? What's beef curtains?
Are you serious?
Didn't know what beef curtains were.
Really? Well, it's obviously like the drapes, but made from beef, quite clearly. Yeah,
like Lady Gaga's dress or something. I don't know. And again, I still didn't get it until afterwards when I kind of said to, I don't know who, it was like, I think a uni friend, and I was like, what's beef curtains? And they explained it to me. So
wow,
yeah,
it's like a badly packed kebab, as they may also be.
Really?
Yeah.
You sound like you have more experience in this than me.
Listen, I think we should move on from this one, but I've heard that's potentially a phrase that somebody might use.
Yes, I just think that the whole experience.
Producer Joel is pissing himself over here.
Why are you blushing?
That was brilliant.
Joel, why are you blushing?
Don't you worry.
Okay, yes, so swiftly moving on.
So then, from Miss England, I segued quite quickly into media.
Yeah. So into media. Yeah. So how did that happen? I mean, you're marketing. It
was the Miss England gig that led me to a photo shoot with a celebrity photographer.
Yeah.
Who took pictures of celebrities and sold them into the tabloid papers.
Yeah, big money back in the day. Yeah.
It was. Yeah. And he needed somebody to market him and to sell his images.
Okay.
And he was a great artist and a great photographer.
Yeah.
But a crap businessman.
Right.
So quite quickly, I mean, I was fresh out of university. I hadn't even finished my degree when he had approached me about a job in London, and he was like, come and work for me and set this up. So I set him up a web platform where his images could all go online and the tabloids could actually tap into that and buy.
Very smart.
It was the Getty Images type platform, which I wasn't actually aware of at the time, but so I set this up and made him a lot of money actually in selling photos. And there was one particular photo which I sold for him that really made him quite big. So it was a great time. Lived in London, went to lots of parties, got to travel. And that was great. Loved it. And then I met my husband.
Okay.
And we...
So where are you? What sort of age are you about?
Age now. So I'm like 23.
Okay.
23.
Yeah.
And met my husband and fell pregnant with our first child.
Wow.
Very quickly.
I want to say, wow, I was pretty young, so that's not particularly young.
She's 13 now, so she's and it was a struggle going into London every day doing that thing.
Where were you living?
I lived in Hampstead at the time.
Oh right, very nice.
Loved it.
Lovely area. Wow,
it was really lovely.
Oh, posh bird as well, aren't you? Essex goes posh, goes to Hampstead. Ooh.
I lived 2 doors away from Gwyneth Paltrow.
Wow.
In the really shit flat.
Did you quaff a glass or two with Gwyneth?
No, I didn't. I lived in the really crappy flat.
Oh, did you? Right, okay.
2 doors away. But she was there.
Yeah.
So I lived in London and I loved that lifestyle. And but then I came back to Essex. My husband was from Essex. My family all lived there. I needed them. Had the baby there.
Yeah.
And that's when I moved over to radio, local radio.
Well, listen, and as I said, somebody else came in recently, and they had radio, and I would like to say that it makes me nervous. It doesn't make me nervous anymore, to be honest. But you've got radio experience. Let's find out about that a little while after this very short break we're going to take.
No problem.
So we're still recording on the camera. So on YouTube, where are we?
One big one.
Hi everybody on YouTube. You're getting the uncut version, and we're going to carry on having a little chat. The first 15 minutes goes very quickly, doesn't it? You're like literally.
I can't believe how quick it's gone.
I know.
I can't believe the debauchery.
It's slightly fucking short. Why is it the debauchery?
I've done 2 minutes. You only lasted 44 seconds.
That's what she said.
Oh my
that
God.
fucking phrase. Ever since Brian, thanks very much, but ever since Brian, my friend from my producer friend in the States who helped settle this up and has been my mentor in this area, he kept saying that phrase in July when he came over here, and I just, to me, it was like the childish phrase you would say at school.
Yeah.
I didn't realise it came from the office. I've mentioned this a few times in these breaks, but in the office in America, they say that a lot. So I didn't realise.
They say what? I've missed it.
That's what she says. You know when you say like a double entendre, double entendre.
Right, okay.
So I never realised it came from that. So I said it recently, and somebody brought it up, didn't they? And I was like, so that's why everybody sort of thinks about it and laughs more than.
You just thought you was really funny.
I just thought it was funny. I just thought it was funny.
No, you're not.
But he
funny.
fucking. Yeah, I am. Actually, you can laugh. It's okay. So, all away with you. But yeah, and he says it all the time, like literally any double. Because I've always been a double entendre type of person.
What is this double entendre?
Okay, so that's a big one.
It's like
Right.
innuendo.
So it's an innuendo. Yeah,
that's
double
how
entendre is a double on. It's like French, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know. I'm learning so much.
Yeah. Well,
Every day's a school day.
Every day is a school day. Yeah. So for the whole of my life, I've always, whenever I hear any phrase, I always hear a double meaning to things.
Right,
So I'm one of
okay.
these that will be in a conversation in a business meeting, having a proper business conversation.
And then
they'll say something, and I'm thinking, how the fuck is nobody laughing at this right now? And that's how my mind works. I've constantly got this sort of double thing going on, and
Like
it's
split personality.
don't know what you're talking about.
Stop talking to me.
Yeah, who said that? So, should we crack on with the show?
Yes.
We're crack-a-lacking.
No
get-
more beef curtains.
No more beef.
I
No,
will not talk about any more beef curtains.
no.
Laughter.
No more laughter.
No, I can't control the laughter.
Oh, you were properly laughing then. He was.
Oh, was he?
Yeah,
I hate
like, really-
that. You know, like when you're laughing, it
Something
tickles
happened
you.
Today.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
No.
Okay. Doesn't matter.
We'll talk
No.
about it later.
Yeah. Can you not talk about it?
Well, I could do, but I don't want to embarrass a particular person.
Oh, is there somebody else in the room?
No, that might potentially watch this.
Ah, right.
Oh,
Okay.
We won't name and shame.
There's so much stuff that goes on in said that I literally have no idea what he's talking about right now. There is that much.
As soon as I say it, I'll be like, oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, in that case, leave it then.
Yeah.
If you're not saying it, there's a good reason
There's
for
a
not
reason
saying
why.
it.
Just,
Bearing
it's not worth the risk.
Bearing in mind, we still have
Exactly.
the cameras going and recording, so
Exactly.
so we're good. How you sounding? All right?
Does that sound okay?
Yeah,
Am I good?
fine. Yeah, you
All
didn't need to
good?
move any closer. I just did it because I could hear that. I going back to a couple that we've done recently. The levels get leveled out automatically for the audio.
Yeah.
But it doesn't happen the same for the video recordings.
Yeah.
The same sound goes through, but it's almost a lot more raw. If you understand what I mean.
Is this one controlled also
No,
partly by that?
no. This is only for our own
Right,
headphones.
okay.
This is solely for our own control. Everything that
Else
is
is
recorded
via this. Yeah.
that all goes through that desk there. Yeah. Okay. There you go, everybody. Now you know a little bit about recording sound. That's about as much as I know as well, to be honest.
Sounds too complicated for me. I was like, whoop.
Yeah. So let's get on. So where we got to? Where
It was up to radio.
we were up to radio. Yeah. Let's talk about that. So what was the radio station? We'll find out now.
The radio station.
We haven't started recording.
sorry.
Have we recorded?
No,
Oh, you're not
okay,
ready yet.
right,
Oh,
okay.
fucking
Right,
hell.
chill out, Joel.
Easy. Chill out, Joel. See, you've relaxed now. You're okay now. You sort of came in, you're a bit quiet and like worn out.
Just
And look at
started
you
taking
now.
the piss out of Joel now. It's all fine.
That's what we
So
do.
I've started.
Oh,
That's what we
poor
do.
Joel.
You started now,
Oh,
have
I
you?
started, yeah.
No,
Sorry.
you haven't.
I have actually.
Have you? Shut up. Have you?
Just
Oh,
heard us
hi,
abuse
everybody.
Joel.
Listen, if you want to know what we were laughing about, you need to go and check out YouTube because there's some funny shit that goes on in those breaks. The uncut version over on YouTube. I'm Elliot Browne here in the Essex Business Radio studio with, I don't know why I say it like that, but I quite like that as a phrase. It sort of works. I was saying it's Elliot Browne Essex Business Radio, which is a bit pants. So I'm just going to, anyway, fuck it, whatever.
It sounds great.
Here, thanks very much. Here with Nicole O'Callaghan. So I got the
you've
O in there.
You've got the O and you didn't miss the G. That's good.
And who is the mental health pioneer.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to get into the radio section of your journey, of your career. What radio station was
So
it you
it's
working
Essex FM radio station.
Okay.
Yeah, based in Chelmsford.
for? We're going to buy those out at some stage, by the way.
Are you?
Other radio stations are available.
Global radio.
Yeah.
So Yeah, they're a part of Global Radio. So
Okay, so we're not going to be buying them then.
No,
They're fucking
because they own
huge.
like Capital Radio and all of that.
Well, maybe we will.
Watch this space. We'll
yeah.
take over the world. So
Fucking
sad.
brilliant. I love that. Yeah, definitely.
That
That was
high
awful.
five. That's because it was my right hand. My left
Yay,
hand.
there we go.
High fiving.
So we were basically, if anybody is listening, we completely missed and fucked up a high
really
five, didn't we? But
yeah,
we
we
did.
did.
We nailed it in the second one. We nailed it in the second one. Yeah.
So yeah, back to me.
Yeah. It's all about you, Nicole. It's all about you. It is. It's all about the guest.
Says, I worked at Essex FM, and I was a charity manager there, and looked after the promotions crew as well.
Okay, so charity manager was what did that entail?
So that was helping local community and children mainly. So
you raise money through the radio.
Raise money through the radio station and through charity events and local charity events, and then we put the money back into the community.
Yeah, so we're going to be looking to do. To be honest,
it's
we haven't
huge.
quite. Yeah, we're working on a couple of things.
Well, if you ever need any help with that.
Well, and I'm sure we'll do something on that side. So, but anyway, so go on, carry on.
So that I worked there, and then and my daughter was still quite young.
Yeah.
And I loved working in radio. I loved working in media.
Yeah.
It didn't pay very well. I worked really long hours, and I wasn't seeing my daughter.
Yeah.
And so Dad said to me, "Why don't you come over to the family business," which was quite young business then.
Yeah.
You can be flexible around the baby.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, I'm going to give up my career, what I love, a bit of myself, but it's the right thing to do as a mum." And that's when I started at JC Leisure Solutions, which it was called then.
Yeah.
And I was flexible for all of about 6 months, and then I ramped up the business so much that I was travelling here and there and working really hard.
So that's just your thing, isn't it? You just
I
can't help yourself.
can't help myself just to, I don't just lean in. I kind of just throw myself in and I set some goals and I get there, and I just like to achieve, I think.
Yeah.
But with that came a colossal fall. Lots of different things.
Colossal fall.
A colossal fall, basically burnout.
Right. After how long had you been sort of pushing yourself on the sales side and growing the business?
Yeah, I'd been pushing myself. So basically, in the first year of me working with them, I pitched for 3 national contracts.
Okay.
With some 3 big national names. And we won all 3.
Yeah.
So then I had to mobilise that and ensure we had the resource to actually deliver. And that was a big deal. So I was working lots of long hours, and I tend to overwork when which I've only realised about myself recently in later life.
Yeah.
But I would overwork to kind of cover over some painful feelings that I was feeling.
So you'd say you're focusing on the work rather than focusing on the areas that you don't really want to focus on.
And it was kind of finding that balance between switching off.
Yeah.
So I would come home and put the baby to bed, and then I would sit up and work until 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
But it was kind of like acceptable because it's your business. You live, breathe, and sleep it. You know, I remember getting married and having my BlackBerry in my wedding dress pocket.
Did you?
And said not in mine. I gave it to my bridesmaid and said, just take that.
Yeah, Blackberries.
And, I had a BlackBerry.
I love Blackberries.
BlackBerry.
Yeah. What BlackBerry? Do you remember which BlackBerry it was?
82.
82. Yeah. Did you get the bold? Did you get the bold and stuff as well?
Yeah.
I had them all right up until the last touchscreen one, I think. And then they went and started getting a bit shit.
Yeah.
And
then if you're going to go touch, you've got to go over to iPhone.
Yeah. But I love the BlackBerry. I mean, it's still. I think it's still a great piece of kit, to be honest. It was, from what it was, and great for fucking sending emails.
I know. You can use 2 thumbs. There was
nothing like it.
2-thumb email.
There was nothing like it for emails. Yeah.
Sorry, I just knocked my mic there with
That's
my
right.
thumb. My large thumb.
Have you got large thumbs?
Very large thumb.
Let's have a look at your thumb.
Oh, do you know what? This is my party.
Fuck.
This is my party
Wait
trick.
a second. Right, let's have a look. Show the camera. That's a large thumb.
No, do you know what? This is my party trick, actually.
Okay.
So,
wait a minute, everybody. This could be really interesting. What are you going to do with your thumb?
What interesting thing can you... I haven't done this in such a long time, actually.
Okay.
People say, like, what's an interesting thing you can do? And I'm like, I can fit my whole fist in my mouth.
Okay.
I've not done this in a really long time.
Do not get lockjaw. Do not get lockjaw. Are you going to do it?
I can do. Let me just take my gum out.
All right, okay.
Leave it on there.
Oh, gross.
Sorry.
You can't be
It's my paper.
That's true. Yeah. Fucking stick it on there.
Okay, so
yeah,
for the benefit of radio.
For the benefit of radio, now, obviously, at this point, I'm going to talk. So she's limbering up. She's literally almost like cracking her knuckles, and she's got her hand into a fist. Wow, and the fingers are going in. She's up to knuckles. Holy fuck.
Wow.
That is unbelievable.
That is so disgusting.
That was disgusting. You have got to go and check that out on YouTube. That was an unbelievable. Now, I thought you were a lady.
Oh, that was not my talent and the things, and I'll let you know that.
I have to be honest with you. You didn't fucking know you were going to do that tonight, did you?
Do you know what? I don't think I've done that for probably about a good 10 years.
Wow.
I'm surprised.
There's a lot of men that are going to be watching this for a whole totally different reason, I mean.
But anyway, I don't even know how we got onto that.
I don't give a fuck, to be honest. That was brilliant. That was literally, that's going to get us an award.
A woman of many talents. So ugly. I bet that looks really ugly.
I know, it's hilarious. I mean, to be honest with you, the spit guard, I couldn't see the whole thing. But I have to recommend that I'm definitely going to be watching this video back, and you need to go and check that out. But anyway, I think let's get back on point. I mean, that's hilarious.
Well, I don't even know how we got there, but
I don't give a shit right now, to be honest. This is brilliant stuff.
I hit burnout.
You hit burnout, and so you started putting fists in your mouth. That's what we're going to do. Anybody that's hitting burnout, that's in essence what you need to do to get through it, by the way.
Yeah, just stick your fist in your mouth.
Other versions are available.
It's a coping strategy.
Yeah. Anyway, it's not a coping strategy. Please don't take our word for this. This is a humorous part of it. But no, seriously. So you did hit burnout. I mean, on a sort of serious note.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, we do have a giggle
but
on here.
I think with a serious subject, I mean, it's good to add humour to it and normalise it at the end of the day. I mean, it's so
mobilise and normalise. We got some lising.
I'm surmising.
You're surmising.
I'm surmising the ising.
But you did, and it was a difficult time. You did, as you said, you dropped. You sort of hit. What? How did you suffer? I mean, anxiety.
Looking back now, I can see how I got there.
Yeah.
But at the time, it was so disabling. So I'd had some other life stresses going on. I'd lost my best friend suddenly.
Yeah.
She passed away.
Yeah.
I'd also lost a child. And that was, some really serious
impact
stuff
on your mental well-being.
Absolutely. And I think through that, I just powered through it. And what I did was I overworked to power through it.
Right.
And
do you think you were like papering over those cracks?
Absolutely.
And the cracks underneath, in essence, are getting bigger.
Yeah. And I just didn't deal with it. And I think, it's like, working for me was like polyfiller. It was kind of just getting through and just distraction, which can be good, but it became unhelpful.
Right.
And then what happened was I just found myself staring at a wall.
Really?
And that, as from what you can see, it's not me.
Quite literally.
Literally stared at a wall. And
for how long were you staring at the wall?
Well,
silly question.
Yeah, no, I sat in my room for 4 days straight.
Holy shit, really?
Staring at the wall, looking out the window.
Do you think you had a breakdown?
It was a breakdown. It was a complete breakdown. I call it. It's an episode.
Yeah.
And it's an episode that I'm really grateful for because it's brought me to where I am now. But
I've experienced it with a family member.
Yeah.
I won't say who it is because I'm not sure she'd want to, and maybe I will talk to her and maybe it will come out because I experienced and saw it. In case she couldn't actually talk. So it was, and I genuinely can't remember. I was quite young, but I couldn't remember how long that went on for. But
it's disabling in so many ways.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't, and even when I was recovering, and I was really lucky in the way that I was able to recover.
Yeah.
With the support of, I had great family, and with the NHS.
You're lucky.
I was lucky to have the support, but to get to that stage there could have been an earlier intervention.
Right.
And especially in the workplace, and that's really where I then spent. I've spent the last 10 years personally developing myself so that I never go back there again.
Sure.
And what I found that people were then saying to me, "Oh, Nicole, I've got this problem and you're really good at this stuff and reframing it and helping people.
Yeah.
What do you think?" And, I kind of felt like maybe now it's my time to give something back and
Sure.
and learn something from my experience. And
Yeah.
so and my experience is within business, and it's how as a responsible business owner, how you can support your staff, because work is such a big part of everybody's lives.
It is, and how many staff are there in your business that you would need to do that with? Well, how many staff are there anyway that you've got to deal with?
Yeah, in my business there's 42 staff.
Okay.
Now we've got a particularly vulnerable group of people because we have engineers.
Yep.
Firstly, they're male. Men are less likely to step forward with, I'm experiencing poor mental health.
Absolutely.
And also they are remote workers, so it's a lonely job. You know, they're out in the morning, it's dark, they're on the road on their own.
Sure.
And they don't get home till late.
Yeah.
So we've got quite a group of vulnerable people there, and construction is especially a really big area.
Which is funny because you don't tend to think about it like that.
No.
You think they're all like they're burly guys,
That's
they're strong, and it's this is a great subject to talk about.
Yeah.
And it's overlooked, and I know there's people talk about it a lot more now.
Yeah, I mean the stigma's breaking down
It
massively.
is.
When I think back to when I had my episode, and even the way that my parents kind of dealt with it, and we spoke about it,
Yep.
and there was so much stigma, and it took me a really long time to actually openly talk about. I had this episode.
And how long until you could openly talk about
Probably, you know what? Up until recently now, probably the last 6 months.
that? And knowing you for that
Yeah.
period of time, I absolutely agree with you. This is this would have been a very different conversation if we'd actually talked about what we were going to talk about when we first started, looking at things we were maybe going to have a chat together about.
Sure.
If you think back to then, and it's irrelevant now. I think it's important though that there's 10 years from when that happened to now, because I think there's a lot of people that and there's a lot of people out there that think they can help people that maybe haven't experienced and then suddenly think they can help. I do think you have to repair those things in yourself personally. This is me, this is my opinion, not you can correct me on this.
No, you're absolutely right.
You need to be able to deal with those things, repair it, learn from that, learn from helping people on the ground, properly helping them, not necessarily having any exams or anything like that while you're doing that. And now you've got 10 years later and you're now putting all that thing to practice, and now you're going to get that rubber stamp, so to speak.
That's it.
Now that for me, if you were doing coaching, that's what you want from a coach. If you're doing it for what you're doing, I think even more so on the mental health and well-being side, knowing that you've had that 10 years and you've had to deal with that from somebody that was very vibrant, and you had that start of your life, and you think that, well, you look back, she was
so
lovely. She
confident,
was no issue at all. And nobody would necessarily know the things you've been through. So those 10 years... you wouldn't be doing what you're doing now without having that experience. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, lived experience is it's really rich, and it really helps you apply what I'm learning now. It makes it easier for me to apply what I'm learning now.
Absolutely.
And I think dealing with it in the workplace for me is my way of giving back.
For sure. And you understand it in the workplace.
I understand it in the workplace. Yeah. I mean, I was really lucky. Like I say, I had family as my line managers. So they naturally have to nurture you. But it's about, bringing a holistic approach to managing people within their own business, because not everybody works in business with their family and has their mum or dad protecting them. So that's really where I come in to be that person and to help people be that person and understand it more, because it's the understanding that's really going to break down the stigma and make people, stop people seeing this barrier to opening up about, you know what, I'm not coping. And it costs businesses a huge amount of money. Bottom line, it costs businesses a huge amount of money in absenteeism.
Have you got? I know you've got some stats down there, which I think we'll go into in a minute, right? After the break.
Shocking.
Have you got stats on that side as well? What it costs the businesses?
Yeah, well, in terms of work, do you want me to go? Let's
go in a second. Joel stuck his fingers up at me, so he's basically
he's been rude again.
Fuck off.
So rude.
Which means we're going to take a very quick break. But let's do that. Let's go over that, because I think there's a reason we're going into this a little bit deeper. And listen, we're going to get to know you over over the coming months and things as well, and we're going to tell everybody why in a second. But I do think this is important on this show. We've learned a little bit about your backstory, and I think it's very important to do that. And there's lots that we're going to learn about you over time. But let's take a very quick break and come back, and we're going to go a little bit deeper on this. Reset. Okay. Right. Back in a couple of seconds or whatever.
I should get rid of this chewing gum now.
Yeah, nice.
My stats page.
Yeah. Oh, it's disgusting, isn't it? Do you want any more water?
No, I'm good, thanks. Yeah, after the whole fist in the mouth thing.
That was hilarious.
I can't believe I did that. I really can't remember the last time. I think I did it. The last time I did that was when I was, I think it was meeting my other half's family for the first time.
Oh, as you do.
As you do.
So you meet the family and you come on and do what is going to be a YouTube and could be a massive
Oh my
YouTube
God,
sensation.
I'm
Do you
going
imagine?
to go viral with that.
I fucking hope you do go. So if you do go viral, we're also going viral. So don't worry about that. We're up
or
for
I'm
that.
going to catch some sort of virus because his hand's been on the tube.
No.
Yeah, nasty.
No, you went to the toilet. So
I washed my hands. Yeah.
Well, I should hope so. You went to the toilet.
Hygiene first.
Do you know what? I still go into the gents and still see men that don't wash their hands.
Ooh, I come out of the toilet, so I wash my hands and then I open the door like that.
Oh, I'm like either get the top of it or if I can open the door from the top.
Oh, because people don't touch the top.
Well,
at the top of the handle.
Yeah, it's on the top of the handle.
This.
I do that, but yeah, I'm very conscious.
Yeah, I know.
And it's not my OCD. I just don't. You think if you've got nice clean hands, why? You've seen, and I know the amount of people I see, and you don't see everybody that walk out of the toilet. It's disgusting, isn't it? Are women like? I know women's toilets are supposed to be disgusting anyway. Aren't they?
No, women do wash their hands in general. Yeah, I think they do. But
club toilets are pretty bad, aren't they? Clubs and
well, I don't know if you've
women.
got that woman there. You wash your hands.
Oh, that woman.
That woman.
Ah, the one that's got the perfume.
She's like, wash your hand, please.
Yeah. Wash it. Does she squirt the?
She squirts the
soap,
she gives you a little towel,
and then gives you a squirt.
I always end up
perfume.
having a really great chat with them ladies.
Yeah.
You know, they've always got a lovely story.
Yeah.
And I always end up getting a hug. Love
really?
A hug with the ladies. Yeah.
When they're in the
nice
toilet,
hug.
touching all that.
Do you know the most
all the poo particles floating around.
Do you know the most germiest place? Okay.
Toothbrush.
No.
Not
probably.
that you don't find those in public toilets, obviously. And you wouldn't use one if you did, would you? It was like, oh, can I use your toothbrush, mate? Oh.
Gross.
Why didn't even think about that? That's a bit weird.
Petrol pumps.
Petrol pumps?
Yeah. Petrol pumps and keyboards.
Well, keyboards, nobody touches mine, and I spray mine and clean mine anyway.
And phones. Yeah.
But yeah, phones obviously. Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. But petrol pumps, no, I've got a glove. Yeah.
Got to use the glove.
Yeah.
It's so annoying when they don't have.
Do you like
the
the smell of petrol though?
I do.
I love the smell of petrol.
Oh yeah, it's a whole other coping strategy that is.
So, have you ever seen those? You ever seen the videos where you get people? I mean, on TV where they show you get people addicted to it, and they get the pump and drink the fuel, don't they?
No,
that's mental.
I've never heard of this.
Yeah, it kills you pretty slowly, but yeah.
That's not
yeah, no, genuinely. It's like,
that's actually a thing.
Yeah, they get it's like an addiction. Yeah.
Oh gosh, check
it out, everybody.
They need some more early intervention.
Other addictions are available. Absolutely. Very good, producer Joel.
Very good.
So we were going. Yeah. So let's talk about this. I think this is quite an important thing to talk about. I think on the stats side. You missed out though, didn't you? You didn't tell us about your bit in the your presenting bit, did you, on the radio?
I didn't. No, my traffic and travel days.
Yeah. How long did you do that for?
I actually did it by default because the traffic and travel lady didn't turn up and they were like, we need somebody. I was downstairs like tapping away and they were like, Nicole, you've done presenting. I did a bit of presenting work. Come up and do the traffic and travel. So I was like, oh, okay. And yeah, it was just so overwhelming the first time I did it. It was breakfast show.
How long did you do it for? Did you
I did
just
it
like a couple of shows? Or?
No, I did it for probably about 3 months.
Oh, really?
Yeah, on and off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, do you know what? Let's talk about that because you've got the Thunder Girls and things, haven't you? Let's talk about that. Let's have a little chat before we get into that one because yeah, I think it's an interesting thing, and I think it's given me a birth of an idea of something we might do.
Has it? Oh, good.
Well, we're going to need to do some marketing at some stage, aren't we? And we're going to be looking at doing it later on this year. So yeah, we'll have a little chat about that and then get onto those bits. Are you recording?
No, I'm not.
Okay. All right.
3, 2, 1.
Well, this is a much quieter start than the last bit, isn't it?
It was, because we got so serious and so deep.
So anyway, we're not too serious. It's Elliot. I'm here again with Essex Business Radio. We're back with Nicole O'Callaghan. Nicole, we missed a little bit out, which we were just talking about on YouTube. If people didn't see it, go over there. about your days at radio.
Yeah.
Because there's a little bit about that I want to talk about. So you were working in the radio, and you're doing the.
So I was doing the charity manager role.
Yeah. And they decided that somebody off.
So it's a bit like most of the things I fall into, but basically, the traffic and travel lady had called in sick.
Yeah.
Didn't have anybody to do it, so they came down and said, "We need someone to do traffic and travel," and I was there. It was the early breakfast show.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Nicole, you've done some presenting. Come on up, you come."
Yeah.
And bowled in there like I knew what I was doing, put the headphones on, had these screens in front of me, and I had to they were like, just decipher that, just pick out the most important bits going on. And I'm like, God, M25 crash, A12 crash, A127 crash. So literally I was thrown into it, and it was actually probably one of the scariest things I'd done.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like
Well, you're live as well, aren't you?
I was live.
You didn't go up in the sky and stuff, did you?
I would love that. When I was a kid, I was like, used to listen to Captain. I want to be the eye in the sky.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I was safely on the ground. But it was a great experience. I did it for about 3 months on and off. Whenever they was short, they'd call me up, and no, I loved it. My dad would always ring me straight afterwards and go, "I just heard you on the radio."
Of course, yeah.
Because he was retired and had nothing to do.
Yeah.
So he just used to listen out for me on the radio. So
you've done a bit of presenting.
Did a bit of presenting, I did when I was younger, I wanted to be, when I was going through my modelling days, wanted to be like a TV presenter, kids TV, I really wanted to do. But I think I lost a bit of self-esteem across the way.
Right.
I think. And it that dream kind of went away.
Right.
And I went on to something else. But it just maybe not then.
You could be sort of coming back to it
maybe,
now a little bit,
I think, now that I think you're just so much more confident when you're older. I think there's so many inhibitions when you're younger. And even more, I think it's so scary for kids nowadays. So many more inhibitions.
Yeah.
But even then, back in the day when we didn't have social media and having to take selfies every 5 minutes and stuff. It's and I think you just knowing yourself and having confidence really helps.
Yeah.
We've kind of put yourself forward for those things.
Well, in fact, we're going to tell everybody, because we're going to be doing a little series, aren't we?
We are.
Around, I'm not sure what we're going to call it yet, because we're going to have a little chat about that, but we're going to do a series around mental health awareness in the workplace.
Yes.
And a lot of the things that you're learning at the moment.
Yep.
So we're going to do a bit of a chat show about that. Keep it real, have a chat and talk about some things.
Absolutely.
And all being well, if all the plans go well, then we're going to be getting a few people on. Hopefully we're going to get somebody to phone in, or we'll get somebody to come in on the show as well that's experienced something. In fact, the young lady we had in last night, who is Rebecca, a bikini athlete, has had to deal with, and I think we'll get her in on the show. She'll be really cool to get her in. Actually, had to deal with agoraphobia and anxiety, and concentrated on training to sort of get her through that. And now is becoming a bikini athlete and going to be a PT. I mean, that's
exercise is such a big part of recovery, and but also part of maintaining one's well-being.
Yes.
And it's
all right.
Yeah. It's okay.
No, listen, I'm going to get back in the gym. I am.
Look, just have some self-confidence. You're doing fine.
I don't lack that, to be fair, do I?
No, you don't, to be fair. But no, exercise is a great form of looking after our mind as well as our body. So, and a lot of people that are bikini models and things like that, they really suffer. Like, I think I was saying to you earlier that I'd heard something that it's harder to be beautiful than it is to be not beautiful.
I know. It's a struggle every day.
And it's because of the expectation to be a certain way and to
absolutely
and often from that comes body dysmorphia and things like that. So it's a whole other host. There's all these risk factors that can contribute to somebody's someone being mentally well or mentally, because we've all got mental health at the end of the day. It's like the physical health. It's whether you're in good mental health or poor mental health.
Absolutely.
So I think it's just talking about it helps people understand it more, and also helps people more aware of it in their space. So if that's your workplace, you could be helping save a life.
Yeah, definitely.
At the end of the day.
Definitely. So I'm looking forward to doing these shows with you, and we're going to be letting everybody know as that sort of develops. And it's I'd say in the next couple of months we're going to be doing that, aren't we? And leading up to listen, let's put it now. We're doing a set in stone.
We
are going to be doing it leading up to Mental Health Awareness Week.
We are. are in May,
so we're going to probably pre-record some shows, and then we're going to fucking do some lives that week.
Absolutely, and I think it's a community responsibility as well. So the more people that can get involved and that want to get involved, and I had some really great stories today about a lady that the high street nowadays is dying.
Yes,
and
for
shops,
sure.
there's no shops. The shops are dying. So last year, Mental Health Awareness Week, they had a pop-up. They agreed with this shop owner, could we just have the shop for a week?
Yeah.
They did an art gallery pop-up through from artists that had used art therapy to kind of recover, and they had 700 people go through the doors in that week.
Really?
Yeah, which is incredible. It was just a pop-up of a shop. So there's so many ways that we can get lots of businesses involved.
Yeah.
We've just been more aware about it. So
I'm looking forward to this, but we're going to talk about some stats. I mean, we sort of went off subject a little bit because I wanted to know about your that, and it was my segue to sort of getting you to talk about the fact that we were going to be sort of doing something together from the radio to sort of now. Stats wise, you took a few stats down. I mean, let's talk about the stats.
I think for businesses, at the end of the day, it's all about your bottom line, isn't it? And profitability. So. In terms of how poor mental health affects businesses, it's huge in terms of pound signs. So there's basically 72 million working days are lost every year through poor mental health.
Is this in the UK?
It's in the UK alone.
72
million working days. Now, some people, and those stats might not even be correct, because often people call up and they go,
how many people are going to admit it?
Exactly, I've got a migraine, when really they're just not
coping. You could be talking double that.
Yeah.
I mean, let's face it. 1 in 2 people may admit it. I have no idea what those stats are.
They say 1 in 4, but that's going to be higher, much higher. If there'll be new stats coming out quite soon. But
what's the population of the UK? Do we know those stats?
I don't know.
Oh,
you're testing me now.
70 odd million.
Is it?
I thought that.
70
I was going to say 80. But,
okay.
Wow. It's
okay.
a lot of people. But in terms of monetary value, what that costs businesses every year, this was astounding, is 34.9 billion.
Shit the bed.
That is what it costs businesses, and it's in absenteeism and presenteeism. So everybody knows what absenteeism is, but presenteeism is where you come to work but you're not productive because you are struggling. So you know there's times when
I'm not being funny, we've all been there. And this isn't just employees. Business owners. I mean, it's a regular conversation that I have with people that I get to know that have run businesses, built businesses from scratch, have gone through difficult times, have lost things, and
it's stressful.
I've been there. Well, I've virtually nearly lost everything 2 or 3 times over those years. There are very dark days.
There's some dark days where at the top. It is lonely at the top.
It's very lonely, and we've had this conversation, before. And people think that being a business owner, and this again has come up in conversation, and I'm happy to repeat it as many times as need be, that some people think, oh, you're a business owner, you've got time, you've got money. It's not fucking like that. It's not. It isn't. The reality of it is,
it's overworking, and at the end of the day, you need to be looking after your own well-being.
And the fitness does help on that side. I mean, I completely got out of doing the gym last year. There's no excuse. I should have carried on. It would have probably helped.
Do you know what though, Elliot? I think sometimes it can be unhelpful. So I went through a phase where I was like, I must go to the gym. And in the end, I wasn't getting to the gym. And then that was making me miserable. And I was like hating on myself, going, you're so bad, you didn't get to the gym.
Think you're absolutely right.
So it's finding your thing. So for me, it's yoga. I love going to yoga.
Loads of people do yoga now.
Yoga's come a really long way. I think it was once seen as quite hippie and a little bit quirky.
But now it's just a cool thing to do, and it's good for you. A lot of people do it.
It's so good for you. My daughter, she's 7. She goes to a class on a Monday with deep yoga beats, and they would be a great
deep yoga beats. Now that sounds pretty cool.
2 women who've set this company up, and they would be great to speak to. But they do a lot of work with children as well in schools, teach them yoga and mindfulness, because children are experiencing a whole new level of anxiety and stress.
I know. What is all that about?
I know. And they taught such a simple thing to my daughter, where if you're feeling a little bit worried about a spelling test or something like that, or, friends in the playground have been talking about things and you're feeling a little bit wobbly, a little bit strange, butterflies in the tummy. And I'm not going to put my fist in my mouth again. I'm just holding my hand.
No, what I was going to say is, and they've got mobile phones now as well.
Yeah, they've got mobile phones.
So things never really go away, do they?
Their minds are going. And it's just the most simplest form of mindfulness. And it's just doing this, where you kind of hold your hand up and you run your finger or just through each finger, and just concentrate on doing that.
So the people that are, obviously this is radio gold, obviously, because you can't see this, a little bit like the fist in the mouth. But so Nicole's got a hand up with a very large thumb. And running her finger around the sort of the edges of your hand,
drawing, like you would draw
if you were drawing around your hand,
And
what does that do?
And what that does is it just refocuses their mindset. Like, it stops them thinking about anything else other than the fact that I'm drawing an outline.
I'm assuming that doesn't just work for kids. That's where
you
that
can sit and do it. Yeah, I mean, it is. It's just our minds are always going. I mean, you probably experience it. If you're a creative person or a business owner, then your mind's always going. So you do have to work out ways of just downloading, and whether it's having a bath, whether it's sitting and listening to a podcast, whether it's reading a book, you just have to find your way. And if it's if you think, I must go to the gym, but I hate it, don't do it.
I mean, I sort of just realised that it wasn't really happening last year, and the fact is I was going for years, 3 times a week or whatever, so I know that the sort of memory, the muscle memory is there. It's not going to take me that long to get into it. And I mean, I'm 46 this year, but up until a year or so ago, and I was still regularly going in and did for the previous sort of 5 or 6 or maybe 7 years. So it won't take that long. And I'm lucky I did it at that age. So I never did it when I was younger. I was out partying all the time. I was clubbing all the time. I mean, I danced myself fit on the weekends.
You can burn a lot of calories, but even dancing's a way. For me, dancing is my way of being free. That's I love to dance. If anybody knows me, they know is that if a beat comes on, that's it, I'm gone. But that's just my thing. That's what I like to do. And
I get up in the office, don't I, producer Joel, if I decent shout, because we play house music in the office all day. And all day.
Apart from today, actually.
Well, it's been a bit quiet. There's been a bit going on, but
Celine Dion today, was it?
No, no. There are definitely other people available. No, but I would literally get up and I'm
well, that's
sort of
it. Music is an expression. Like, some people, I have like playlists on my Spotify, depending on what mood I want to be in. I can't do that. There's
too many spaces in, but I like continuous music.
I kind of, so if I want to get in the zone. So today I said to you, didn't I? I've been up to London, which is very grim, getting on that tube. I'm far too kind for the tubes.
Far too kind.
I literally had to wait for 3
There's
tubes.
some unkind people on the tube.
There are, and it is grey, and it's and then I did this course, which was great, but it ended in talking about suicide, which is a really heavy subject.
When you came in and you said that, I mean, that was a heavy subject. It's a heavy thing to end on.
It is.
Do they do that for a reason, you think? So it leaves you with that sort of that thought of, in essence, that's like the deepest possible, darkest place you can get to.
I think so. And then what they did was they left it with, you've got homework to do tonight. And your homework is to do something, take an hour to do something that you want to do for yourself. Because what's really important is when you're delivering mental health first aid to somebody, whether that's in the workplace or whether it's somebody that you live with or somebody in the community, it's really important to look after yourself, like you were saying earlier about putting on your own life mask first,
definitely,
before you can help others. So it can be quite draining when you're delivering that first aid to them. So you have to then kind of reset. You have to fill yourself back up again, and whatever that is for you. So I'm going to do my hour when I get home after this.
Oh yeah. What are you going to do for your hour?
I think by the time I get home, I reckon I'm going to have a bath.
Okay. I'm
going to have a bath. I like putting my bath salts in, my oils, and just put some candles on, and then I'll probably read my book.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. What book will you read?
So I'm reading. I've got quite an eclectic mix of books on my shelf, on my shelf help.
Okay. Oh, very good.
See what I did there?
I see what you did there.
And I'm reading at the moment the 5 a.m. Club.
Right. Okay.
I've
heard of that.
Yeah, Robin Sharma. He is the monk who sold his Ferrari.
Right.
A really great book.
Okay.
So I'm reading that at the moment, just finishing that off. But I love to read. That's your thing. That's my thing. I spent the last 10 years reading, researching, on all different ways to improve one's well-being.
I openly talk that I don't read. I don't openly talk about it. I soak it up from other things, I think.
Well, this is where I kind of got to the stage where I was like, you know what? I've done 10 years of reading and I've done 10 years of listening and experiencing it. I can speed up the process for people by my own lived experience and my own knowledge, because you can sit and read all those books, but it will take a long time.
Yeah.
So.
Interesting. Well, after our little break, we're already 3/4 of the way through.
It's gone so quick.
I could talk to you for ages on this subject, and that's why we're going to be doing the shows moving forward, because there's a lot to talk about on this side, and we're going to get to know each other a bit more on it. But
I think when you're passionate about something, and you can talk for ages about it.
Yeah, for sure. Have you ever played Cards Against Humanity?
I have. I was saying to Joe earlier, I think I'm too nice for this game because I don't like saying the nasty.
Really?
I think it's a really evil game.
Brilliant. Where are we?
Big one.
Big one. Cards Against Humanity. When we come back after the very quick break, we're going to have our version of Cards Against Humanity. So we're back in a minute.
Excellent.
Going well, isn't it?
So quick.
Going well, isn't it?
It is. I'm really enjoying it.
Really easy, nice flow between us as well, which is good.
Yeah.
Helps to have known you for a while, but I think having the chats and things we've been quite candid. I think it's really good.
I think it really helps, like you said as well, like just establishing where I'm going with what I'm doing as well.
Yeah.
But I think it's
that 10-year thing that I wanted to focus on that, because if you're going, for me as a person, if I was going to go to somebody, I would want to speak to somebody that had experience in business, excuse me, had experienced that as well, and has had to deal with that and help other people with it, and then gone for that, rather than a lot of people, as I said, that do this and then suddenly they're doing NLP and they're fucking doing all this and they've got no life experience really there.
No, they're just trainers.
Yeah, but you're also very personable, and I would like to talk to you. It would be if you would be the sort of person that I would come to, which is why I thought it was a really good idea when we sat and talked about you doing one. I thought, do you know what, this would be a really good thing to kick that off.
Absolutely.
And everybody that's watching on YouTube, we are going to be doing some shows together. 7 shows. I like number 7, so we'll maybe do 7 shows or whatever, and then we'll do maybe a couple of lives at the Mental Health Awareness Week. And I think what we're going to do is Nicole is then going to carry on and do your own show. So we're going to be talking about that, and I think that will develop over those weeks as well. It'll be quite a nice. I think it'll be a natural thing. That whatever we come out of that, you continue with it, and I think that's a really it's a natural way to do it, isn't it?
I just think you can learn so much from other people that have been through similar experiences, and that's where I'm like a sponge when it comes to that sort of stuff. And I love taking nuggets of information from different people.
It, and that's where I get my information every day. Something I hear, something I see, something I speak to. I'm like I'm a sponge all the time, which is why I don't read, because I think I get what I need all the time.
Yeah, exactly. It's well, you never stop learning.
Some people say to me that that you should do, but I don't know, maybe there's going to be a point where I do start reading again, because in talking to you or other people, they recommend something, maybe it's going to spark something off but I would probably do Audible or something like that. I think
Audible's
that would be my
great.
bag.
And you can, but even podcasts, listening to podcasts, you learn so much from them. And I think the more we share experiences, that
I'm
would just
going to get all my
everybody's
information
lives.
doing this with people, though, aren't I?
You are, yeah. You're going to be learning loads.
Yeah,
it's the University of Life.
I'm learning tonight. What you breaking over there, producer Joel?
Absolutely nothing.
Oh. Absolutely nothing. Okay, we're we're going to get this out, and that's what she said.
Your double entendre.
Yeah. I can't believe you didn't know that.
I didn't. I'm not.
French.
No, I'm not.
It's not French. It's just a phrase. It's a phrase. It just originates.
I was never very good with languages at school.
No, just bad language.
No.
You don't really swear a lot,
and do you know what? I've noticed you haven't sworn that much.
Fuck off.
But no, I don't. Do you know why I don't swear? Is because when I was younger, if I swore, my mum would be like, "Oh, Nicole."
Really? What happens when they listen back to this and I'm swearing? What are they going to say?
They'll be like, "Oh, Nicole. Why are you hanging around with these people?"
Yeah. This riff-raff.
No, I think they've relaxed.
Riff-raff. Now, there's another phrase we were talking about.
Snazzy riff-raff.
This snazzy guy and the riff-raff.
No, I think they've relaxed a bit now that I'm like 37 and a grown woman.
Yeah. Do you class yourself as a grown woman?
No.
I don't class myself as a grown man.
No,
I still class myself as a young man. Is that wrong at 45?
No, it's not. And I just think
age is a state of mind. I say this all the time.
It really is. And it's very flattering when people say, "Oh, you look like you're in your 20s." And I'm like, "Ooh, that's great."
But you do. You look good.
I just think it's I like to look after myself.
Yeah.
But I think again that sometimes it can be a brave face.
Yeah.
for the days that you're feeling shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I like to look after yourself.
I'll tell you what though, in doing that, and anybody that knows me knows I like to have my hair sort of done and a beard
Typical
or my trim, whatever.
Essex boy.
No, because I'm not from Essex,
No,
am
you're
I?
not.
So, but I sort of probably fit in.
one.
No, fuck off! I don't pretend to be anybody. I'm me. But that makes me feel better.
Do you know what?
And it's not a mask.
No.
It makes me feel good.
Yep.
If I don't do that and I'm in a rush or whatever, and I sort of go out,
Don't feel as good about yourself. No,
I have a process to go through.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I do. We'll talk about that another time.
Yeah,
maybe,
no,
maybe on a show. But
yeah, I think you're completely right and some people can kind of see you and go, oh, like my husband hates it when I have eyelashes done.
Really?
And I say, but do you know what? It makes me feel better.
I have to be honest with you. I love a bit of eyelashes.
I've only just had them recently done again, and do you know what? Like you say,
they look nice.
I like it. It makes me feel better.
Yeah,
and
good.
if anything makes you feel better, then
fucking
you should do it.
Absolutely, absolutely do it. All right, well, we're ready to go again.
Yep.
All right, YouTubers, you're lucky you get all this extra stuff.
I know.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Paid subscription.
Well, trust me, it fucking will be at some stage in the near future. Make the most of it, everybody. There are things that can do that, actually. There are, yeah. Anyway.
The fist in the mouth is just going to be gold.
Fist in the, that's what she said.
Stop it.
Oh, dear.
That is going to... That's going to be your... Like
there's lots of things.
pun.
There's lots of things that are starting to kind of go on then. Producer Joel, off you go.
2, 1, go.
We are back again. It's Elliot Browne, Essex Business Radio, with Nicole O'Callaghan. You've enjoyed this, haven't you?
I really have. Actually,
it's been good. I'm smiling. I've got a big smile.
What made you smile?
They all make me smile, to be
Oh,
fair.
okay.
But...
I'm not special. I thought I was special.
Well, yeah, you're definitely special.
Special. I am.
You are. Yeah, as we said, in the break, and the people that are watching on YouTube have seen this, then they'll know that. That we're going to be doing a series, and we're going to be concentrating on mental health awareness in the workplace more than anything. And of course, it's general, but that's the point we're doing it for. And you're then going to lead on from that and sort of take over and do the show, and host the show. So you're back to radio again.
Back to radio. It's all come full circle.
Yeah, funny, isn't it?
I know it is. Life has a really weird way of doing that.
It does, and I think it's good. You listen. You're a natural. Anyway.
Oh, thanks. I think if it's your calling, it's your calling. You just got to do it. And you are like, oh, I've just hit my mic.
Yeah,
I mustn't do that.
Wow.
Just wreck the
equipment. Worry about that. We're gonna get things to sort that. But yeah, we're gonna have a little game of Cards Against Humanity. We're not like a game. We're gonna pick a couple of cards, and anybody that doesn't know, and I say this every single time. If you're watching on YouTube, then the box is here. If you're not and you're listening, then there's a box of Cards Against Humanity. Go and check it out online. Cards Against Humanity, you've really got to fucking send us some of this shit, to be fair. This is the red box, and we have black cards, and on the black cards are a phrase with 1, 2, or 3 spaces, or potentially a phrase or a question. And so you'll be randomly picking one of those cards in a second, randomly. Don't just either. You can shuffle them if you want to.
I understand what random is. Yeah. Thank you for.
Did I say random a couple of times? I did, didn't I?
Like, as if I didn't understand. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm blonde, but I do. I know what random is.
You're blonde and from Essex, but other hair colours and areas are available. What the fuck?
I love that. It's brilliant.
And there's a box of some white cards, a lot of white cards, and obviously you just fill the gap in with the phrase or word or whatever. So we'll go and pick a random black card. Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Don't read it out just yet. So put that down. And then how many spaces have you got?
I've got 2.
Okay, so take 2 white cards randomly, and then I'm going to pass the box over to producer Joel, who is also going to do exactly the same. So while Joel's doing that, we're looking forward to doing this. So mental health awareness.
Oh my gosh! Do you know what? This is.
Are they good?
Well, it's just very appropriate.
It's very appropriate.
Very appropriate.
Fuck.
I know.
We don't want it to be appropriate.
You couldn't have written it any better.
We don't want it to be appropriate. We want it to be inappropriate.
Inappropriate.
Yeah.
Inappropriate.
Just
correcting his grammar now as well.
I know. So when you've done this course, so the course, just quickly going back to the course before we do this, is how long this, and it's the mental health awareness first aider course. You've done the first aider, and you are going to be the first aid trainer. Coming off this course. How long did you say that's for?
So that is 5 weeks. it's there's gaps in between to obviously prepare for different stages of the course. But it will mean that I'll be able to deliver mental health first aid training to make. So, for example, a business who line managers or HR managers who would like to be mental health first aiders, because there is a requirement under HSE to actually protect your workforce in this arena. So, which we can go through all of that sort of stuff.
And
at
we
a
will
later
do.
date.
Yeah, we're definitely going to talk about that.
Yeah, so that's what I'll be able to do.
I mean, you're still going to be working in the family business, obviously.
I am. Yeah, I'm still very passionate about that and deliver it. Also, there's a program that I'm implementing to my own company.
Absolutely.
Working on our own mental health policy at work, having our wellbeing week and things. There's lots of different activities.
An important thing to talk about as well, because you're not just jumping ship and doing this and going, well, that's going to be it. You've still got a business to run.
I've still got a business
You're going to be implementing these things into people that are very, very important, instrumental in your business and in that working well. So you've already been doing this with your staff already, as you're in essence going to continue doing it, but with a rubber stamp on it as well. And I think it's important for people to know that as well. And we will talk about that because it is important. And I think it's the best way of doing it. I think it's real. I think you're on the ground, and I use that phrase a lot because the experiences I've had have been very much on the ground. I've been a CEO of a company stood up there and just got the position. We've learnt, the hard way.
Learned the hard, a university of life at the end of the day, isn't it? And it's putting everything into practice is the most valuable experience in anything.
Absolutely. In essence, it's going to be a show that I'm going to do as well, how not to do it, which is going to be, we've learned the hard way so you don't have to. And it's something that I coined a while ago, and we're definitely going to be doing a series about that later in the year, so keep an eye out for that. And there's going to be some stuff we can talk about on that side as well. So anyway, let's get back to the cards. We had a little serious moment there. I think it was necessary. What you've got then, read your black card with the spaces in it, and then we'll reread it with the white card so you can sort of see what it is. That's how we do it. We're going to fucking do it that way and continue to do it that way for the time being.
We'll do it this way, right? Yeah. Perfect. So before something, all we had was something.
Ah, a simple one. Okay, so well, let's go on then. What have you got?
So before suicidal thoughts,
right,
all we had was another shot of morphine.
Holy shit!
I know, you couldn't have written that. Of
I
all
swear
the
to God, right? And anybody that hasn't seen this on camera, because they will have probably seen Nicole pick the cards, absolutely random.
I've got tingles.
That is
that's a bit funky, isn't it?
Do you know what? That's the first one that's been serious, but actually been
relevant.
Very relevant.
Yeah, weird.
Very relevant.
How weird. And
morphine's horrible as well, by the way. I mean, I had my wisdom teeth out, and the morphine come down is pretty nasty.
Is it?
Oh,
okay.
All four came out and once as well, and then I got drunk a couple of days later, which was not clever.
No,
but anyway, it's a whole nother story.
So mine it wasn't necessarily funny, but
really very relevant. Yeah. Right, light-hearted now. Joel really fucking ruined everything.
Come on, Joel.
And he is going to.
Mine is not fitting at all. It's completely random, and it's a bit creepy to be honest.
Creepy Joel.
Creepy. Producer Joel to Creepy Joel. I'll be honest with you, Creepy Joel is probably closer to the truth. No, I'm joking. I'm only joking.
Right,
Come on in, Creepy Joel.
Yeah, go on then, Producer
In his
Joel.
new self-produced album, Kanye West raps over the sound of blank.
Okay.
So, with the white card, obviously. In his new self-produced album, Kanye West raps over the sound of a sweaty, panting leather daddy.
That is interesting. That is dark.
See that every day.
That is dark.
Creepy and a bit weird, isn't it?
It is. What are these curtains? No, forget it.
Curtains.
Don't. Why mention the R. Kelly curtains? Other curtains are available.
Beef ones.
Oh, nicely brought back there, Nicole. Hey, this is a good show. We're loving liking this one. Okay, so I've got money can't buy me love, but it can buy me blank. Money can't buy me love, but it can buy me going around punching people.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not kind.
No, a bit dark tonight, everybody.
Very dark. I don't know what's happened here.
A little bit dark. Do you know what? Fuck it. Who cares? This is the best card here. This is the one that stays there. Look at what that says.
Fisting.
Yeah, there
Again,
you go.
Very appropriate.
And Nicole literally did that with
Fisting is not appropriate.
I have managed.
I was thinking again. I'm so naive. I was
really. You know what fisting is, don't you?
No, I don't want to know.
Are you joking?
I don't want to know.
Can you figure it out now? We've said that.
I'm not going to Google it. La 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 la. Don't.
We have managed to take a dark round of Cards Against Humanity and really bring it back to where it should have been.
Yeah.
That's good.
Absolutely.
Now you're trying not to think about fisting,
I don't
aren't
want
you?
to know.
The description on Spotify for this one's going to be crazy.
Oh my
From mental
God.
health
I don't think,
awareness
to fist,
fisting.
yeah.
Fisting. Oh.
But the fisting was. Do you know what? Let's move
But
on
yeah,
from the
yeah.
word fisting. To be honest,
Anyway, Nicole,
yeah.
No, Nicole and fisting
other
should
methods
not
are
go in the
available.
same sentence. Used to are so.
Oh, it's not us too. You. I'm
My
honest with you.
mother,
mentioned
I'm
it.
going to have to tell her not to listen.
Well, I
She
don't
would
tell
be-
it. She's going to laugh. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I don't think there's anybody that couldn't laugh at this stuff. Really,
No,
this
we're
is
only
real
human at the
candid.
end of the day.
Listen.
And I think even with the darkest of topics, it's
Yeah.
really good to add humour to it.
Hey.
Comedians do it all the time.
Absolutely.
So it helps to
And
laugh.
we've managed to balance that
I think we have.
pretty well
I think we've
this
done it
evening.
quite well.
Yeah. And we're going to continue to do that as well.
Absolutely, I'm really excited.
So this is a difficult one. Social media. You use social media?
I do.
You don't use it particularly to promote yourself right now?
Not at the moment, I don't. No, I mainly use it to promote my family.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really proud of my kids and
Yeah.
what they do. And when my parents lived in Portugal,
Yeah.
it was a way to kind of show them, keep them updated with what the children were up to.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, that's really how I've used social media. But
Well, this is going to be an interesting thing because you're going to be, in essence, building a personal brand from here on out as
Yes.
well, are you? You're going to
Yeah.
set up a new Instagram
there'll be an
and stuff like
Instagram
that.
account,
Yeah.
there'll be a LinkedIn account.
So we're seeing you very early days in this. I mean, you're a businesswoman anyway. So,
Yeah.
so I mean, we'll talk about, obviously plug the business as well while you're on here. But this is going to be an interesting journey because we're going to look back at this in years to come or
Yeah.
months to come or however.
And say, this is where it
sort of started.
Yeah.
Interesting in that. That's going to be pretty cool. And we know quite a few people around us that can help and sort of push that forward. And in essence, this is going to help as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
So on that side, you don't necessarily need to mention your Instagram because it's more of a personal account.
It is, yeah.
But on the business side, do you use social media for the business? I mean, your LinkedIn, of course.
Yeah, so my LinkedIn, I promote the business, and,
Yeah.
and I have promoted that I'm doing this course because part of JC Leisure as well, we have a training arm of the business. So we
Yeah.
actually have trainers in-house that deliver pool plant operations,
Yeah.
first aid,
Yeah.
first responder, lifeguard. And we've had, and this will be another one, another course that we will be able to deliver as well.
Yeah, for sure. Of course.
Yeah, because obviously we've got the compliance side of the business.
Yeah.
So we work, we deliver fire risk,
Yeah.
asbestos risk,
Yeah.
Legionella risk,
Yeah.
and obviously mental health and health and safety
Yeah.
risk.
And the company name again is
JC Leisure Solutions.
JC Leisure Solutions. So, and obviously people can find you with regards on the professional side.
Yeah.
On LinkedIn, Nicole O'Callaghan.
Yep.
Spelt.
It's O''CALLAGHAN.
And do you use social LinkedIn is obviously social media, but do you use Facebook and stuff like that for the business?
Yeah, we have Facebook and Instagram where we show a lot of our sauna builds. We build a lot of saunas.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, we do. We build.
Really? We could do with the sauna here.
Yeah,
I mean,
saunas, steam
that would go
rooms
very well
with the pool.
next to the pool. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, we maintain pools. That's where we started, maintaining swimming pools and saunas and steam rooms and building those. And then the company grew to more broader facilities management.
Of course, yeah.
Just as a result of us just doing it well.
The result of you
Oh.
seeing elements that you could take what the business did
Yeah.
and scaling it up.
Absolutely.
You're a scaler upper.
I'm a scaler upper. Yeah, no, I do. I do. I mean, a lot of the services that the company now provide,
Yeah.
the services that I started, and then the departments have grown.
Yeah.
So it's really, I love to start things and watch them grow.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm really proud of the business. And I work with my two sisters
Yeah.
and my mum and dad, and as a family, we're really tight and we're immensely proud.
That's good dynamics you've got there. Doesn't always work, does it, with families?
It's been difficult.
I've experienced
we've had
myself.
to work out. It's never been, all roses and hearts, but we've had to work out a way of working together in a productive way. I mean, having a board that isn't made of just family members now really helps.
Yeah.
And there's lots of different ways in managing family businesses. But yeah, we've got a great relationship now.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, we're all swimming in the same direction.
Yeah.
Which helps.
Yeah, which is very very apt, isn't it? Swimming and you.
Yeah, did you see what I did there? I did that on purpose.
So on Facebook and Instagram for that business, where would people find you?
The JC groups.
Yeah.
So obviously we started off as JC Leisure Solutions. We've in the leisure industry. We've changed now to a more broader spectrum. So it's the JC Groups. www.thejcgroups.com is our website, and you can find us on Facebook and LinkedIn and Instagram. So there will be some links around some posts that we do on Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that, and you'll be my journey on the course that I'm doing at the moment. My journey will be logged on there as well. Look out for that.
Oh yeah, very cool. Yeah, and of course we're going to be talking about that in the shows to come as well. So we're looking forward to that. Everybody look out for that. We're not quite sure when we're going to be going, but it's going to be coming very, very soon. It's not going to be the next month. It's going to be March. We're at end of January 2020, March, April time, I suppose, isn't it? When your course is done around
my course is done, and part of the qualifying for it, I have to deliver I think it's like 2 courses to a minimum of 6 people.
Right.
So if there's any businesses out there that want a mental health first aid course, then give me a call, and I'd be happy to come and deliver that so that you have trained staff to be able to cope with mental health.
You help them, situations. They help you.
Absolutely, and the trainer comes along and signs me off.
Note that down, producer Joel. Let's actually talk about that afterwards. We'll put that in as a little plug on that side to see if anybody is interested. They may do, they may not. Who knows? We are getting more and more listeners all the time. So and viewers now. Thank you very much, viewers. Have you enjoyed this evening?
I've really enjoyed this evening.
It's been great.
It's been I've had quite a journey today from 7:30 this morning.
It's been a long day.
Course, and this has just it's been the cherry on the top.
Brilliant. Well, we absolutely loved having you in.
Thank you so much for having me.
No, thank you for coming in. It's been great talking to you. Looking forward to doing a lot more of these. There'll be probably. They're still going to be lighthearted. It's going to be a little bit like this, but we're going to sort of touch on some subjects that are going to be going to resonate with a lot of people. So that's going to be cool.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Well, listen, thank you very much, Nicole.
Thanks.
Check out any of the links, as I said. Thanks everybody for joining us again. Thank you, producer Joel.
Thank you.
Thanks, Joel. Thank you, Joel.
And we're going to sign off for now. So, as I like to say, and it's going to be kind of the phrase, and we've got to create a waving cow
with Elliot's face on it.
Ciao for now, brown cow.
Listening to Essex Business Radio with your host, Elliot Browne.